So from the moment I walked into the classroom, it was the first thing that I'd ever done that I felt really, really passionately about. After 22 years in education as a teacher and a leader, I think the one current theme that's run right the way through that is getting children in the classroom to be independent in their learning. It's a constant battle to get through the content. It's a constant battle for teachers to get through all of the content, and the teachers will talk about the lack of independence that the students have, which then requires them to do more work themselves. I was working with children predominantly who were disengaged with school more generally. So actually I was using Kognity as a bit of a Trojan horse to deal with the broader issue of their disengagement with school. It actually helped become a vehicle for re-engaging them with school more generally. The first most powerful thing is it actually enables the teacher to set that work for the children to do at home, and then the assessment can happen in the classroom. And I think that's really, really powerful because the children can manage their own pace through the content, helped by the teacher. From an engagement point of view, the way that it's structured means that the children can get immediate feedback on how they're doing. They don't have to wait for the teacher to give them that feedback. I can manage my own learning, I can work at my own pace, I can deal with the assessment that's in front of me. Those two things together are incredibly motivating for young people. When you start using the Kognity software, over time as your motivation increases, it is inevitable then that your confidence starts to increase. And actually it meant that I could focus in the classroom on assessing them, checking where the gaps in knowledge were and helping them deal with that. So we can either carry on spinning on the hamster wheel that we're currently on, or we can do things differently. And I think Kognity is a way of doing things differently in the classroom. And I think ultimately it would make lots of teachers' lives easier and more enjoyable. And I think it's breaking that negative cycle that we sometimes get with children. And I think what Kognity does is it flips that on its head. But ultimately, if we don't grasp that thorny nettle, we're never going to solve the problem. And we'll forever be saying, when they reach sixth form and they're 17, 18 years old, why aren't they more independent? I think what I've really loved about Kognity is the fact that it has increased their motivation, it's improved their resilience, and it has made them much more independent learners.